Hey guys, it's Sam. We're here at E3 with Sefton from Rocksteady Studios. He's the game director on Batman Arkham Asylum. So how's the show been for you so far?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, the reception to Batman's been awesome.
Yeah, I see that you guys have this huge display in the booth and everything. But anyway, you guys, so you're showing us which level of the game here today?
Well, there are no levels in the game. It's just one persistent story as you play through. We're going to show you a bit of the island exterior, which people haven't really seen for the first time. So as you can see on the screen here, this is Batman first escaping from when Joker traps him inside the intensive treatment wing. And getting up to the exterior and actually getting on the island exterior for the first time. So you can see a bit more of the scale of the game. You know, it's not just set in the asylum itself, it's set on the whole island, so you can explore the whole island and travel around.
So just kind of to go back, I mean, so why is he here on the island? Give us a kind of a perspective.
Yeah, but basically the game starts off with Batman. He's captured the Joker. And he's bringing Joker into Arkham Asylum. He's a bit suspicious because it's been a bit easier to capture Joker than it's been before, so he's a bit suspicious as to what's going on. So he decides he's going to escort Joker right into the kind of bowels of the asylum to make sure that he's safely trapped away. And just when he gets right into the centre of intensive treatment, which is a special wing that they've built in order to contain these kind of supervillains, Joker manages to escape with the aid of Harley Quinn and basically turns the tables on Batman. So basically traps Batman deep in the asylum and starts to take over the whole asylum. So kind of what you're seeing here is the start of that story. So you can see that the Arkham guards have been pinned back by Joker's henchmen, and now they're slowly taking over the island, and Batman has to fight his way back. Fight to escape first of all, and then fight obviously to stop Joker's plan.
So what is this? What is that view that you have there?
So what you're seeing here is a bit of detective mode. So basically what you can do at any time is switch to detective mode. It enables you to see through walls and assess the threats in a room. It tells you what weapons that the enemies have got, and depending on what weapons they've got, whether they're armed or not, it changes what tactics you employ as Batman, because obviously, you know, you are a superhero but you don't have any superpowers. You're just a man, an expertly trained man, but you are still a man, so if you get shot, you get killed. So you have to use the detective mode to scan out the environment, see who the threats are. It tells you their heart rate as well, and depending on what kind of state they're in, that changes what tactics you use. So if they're more nervous, they become more jumpy and look around the place. So basically you have to kind of study them, and it's a lot about being prepared, like Batman has to be prepared. You know, he's always prepared for every situation. He studies it and he chooses the best way to take people down.
I saw that, you know, he just used the grappling.
Yeah, the grapple's a big part of the game. You know, it's the kind of superhero freedom of Batman. He can get anywhere he can see in the game, so any ledges, anything you see in the game you can get to. You can jump off any distance. You know, there's no fall damage in the game because you're Batman. You can use the cape shoot that we call it, so you can use the cape to break your fall at any time. People won't hear him when he falls down either, because obviously he's the ultimate kind of ninja. So you know, you're very powerful as Batman, and really the game's all about being Batman. You know, like, what does it feel like to be Batman? You can see a bit of the combat here as Nathan's taking these guys on.
Can you tell us a little bit about how the combat works and the combat engine?
Yeah, the combat engine is something we designed specifically for Batman, because we really felt that Batman needs his own kind of unique combat system, because he's the master of all martial arts in the world. You know, he's trained in every martial art there is. And so we needed a system which allowed you to choose any combo that you wanted to put together. So we didn't want this kind of, you know, you see in a lot of games now, this kind of weak strike, strong strike, XXY, YYX, you know, you're kind of linking these things together. We wanted the player to be able to pick the combos themselves and chain them together themselves. So we have all these core moves: the strike, the counter, the cape stun. You can flip over people, you can take people down, use the gadgets. But it's up to the player how they chain all of those moves together. So basically the key thing is, you know, there's no combos that are pre-written in the game. You decide what combos you want to make, and that gives you this kind of endless flowing system where you get to pick what you want to do, and that's really important.
Interesting. So wait, what is he? What are you seeing here now?
So we're jumping through all the cool stuff. This is one of the great things about being Batman, is that there's so many cool things that he can do. This is detective mode, so again, at any time you can bring up detective mode, and at certain times in the game you have to scan for forensics clues. You scan for these clues, and it enables you to track different people through the asylum who don't want to be followed, or in this case actually someone who does want to be followed. This is Gordon, who's leaving a trail for you to follow. Gordon's been kidnapped He's leading a trail for you to track him and make sure that you can find him, because obviously he wants to be rescued by Batman. And the important thing here is that Batman's kind of seeing into this world that other people can't see with his detective mode. You know, they can't see, he can see these structural weaknesses, use his explosive gel to spray and blast down through this wall. So the detective mode's a big part of the game because Batman is the world's greatest detective. So that's, you know, we really wanted to get that element of the game, not just in the forensics trials, but in everything you do. That really like leads into the whole, you know, that leads into the whole when you're taking people and stalking people in the environments as well.
So to refresh too, like what? So I know the game got pushed back a little bit, but when's it coming out now?
It's coming out on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC on August 25th in the US and August 28th in Europe.
Okay. So I guess like what are we seeing here now?
So we're taking you forward to a section a little bit further forward in the game, just to show you a bit more how the what we call the invisible predator element of the game develops. So this really shows you how Batman stalks his prey. So you saw in that early fight that Nathan was having, he was fighting about 8 guys. They're unarmed. It's not too much trouble for Batman. Here you've got 6 guys in this environment. They're all armed. So he can't just jump in and take them all at him. And he can try. It's down to the player to choose their tactics. But if he do, he will invariably get killed. So what he needs to do is look around for who are the weakest people in the room and pick them off one by one. So it's kind of like, imagine you're the bogeyman in a horror film, you know, you're the guy that all these people are terrified of. And he's going to go around and see who's in weak spots, you know, see who doesn't have coverage. So he's seen a guy here, he can drop down and take this guy out, or he can do a glide kick, kick the guy, and then follow that up with a ground takedown just to finish him off. And then quickly get out and escape back up to the vantage points. So you can see that the guard's there, he's seen Batman, so now he's going to have to quickly grapple between the vantage points to escape the people who are attacking him. And kind of the better that you get at the game, the more you can pick these people off without being detected. And one of the really cool things about this is that the gameplay is really dynamic. So these guys are going to search around for Batman. It plays different every time, which makes it nice and an interesting challenge to demo, because these guys never follow preset points when they're looking for you. They're looking for any clues of you in the environment. They're buddying up as they move around. They're doing corner looks, blind fire. So they develop their own tactics to try and pick you off and take you down, which is what makes the game really interesting and different to play every time.
And it seems to me like it's pretty easy to just like quickly move around in the environment and like grapple.
Yeah, it's really important that you can kind of study the environment. You know, when you watch the films, you can see how Batman kind of moves around and he can pick off people one by one, you know, so it's really important that the player could feel that strength of Batman. You know, so that was a big thing that we worked on, that ease with which you move around. There's a takedown, a drop-down takedown that he's done there. He's obviously under a bit of pressure doing it in front of everyone, so he's done it without searching the environment correctly and has a few guys who can pick him off while he's looking around. So he has to swing quickly between the gargoyles to escape again, and they'll track him on the gargoyles until he manages to break that. That's line of sight.
That's cool. So, what's the say here about you being able to play as the Joker as well?
Yeah, it's a PS3 exclusive. You're going to be able to play as Joker. I mean, it's one of those things everyone wants to do. You know, you get to play as the bad guy as well as the good guy. And the Joker's such a great character. You know, he's the antithesis of everything Batman stands for. So, yeah, you get to play as the Joker. You get to play through the challenge rooms. And the challenge rooms are really exciting. They challenge you to take down the characters in different ways. So really push your skills as Batman to the limit. And as Joker, obviously, you get to do a few things that you don't get to do as Batman. Joker has a gun. Obviously, Batman would never touch a gun. So there's a lot of things that it's quite exciting to have that kind of other side of the coin when you get to play as Joker.
That's great. So, like you said, it comes out in August 21st, was it?
Yeah, August 25th in the US and 28th in Europe.
All right, it's looking great.